They're going to enter into the last game of our event today. Kind of brought back the stream for today. It was a little last minute, so our apologies that we didn't have things like the mid-round replays ready to go for you. We should be able to bring that back by the time the next streamed event comes along. Do want to bring back the broadcasting duos as well. Give you guys a little bit of a breakup from the monotony of one voice all day. As we see these guys trade a couple of fetch land activations. And Jeremy is going to play his land number 3. Probably just send the turn straight back over to Rob. Oh, he will pay 2.
2017.
Takes Jeremy down to 17. And Rob's going to drop to 19 as well. So Jeremy didn't play anything with that untapped land, but his opponent's playing an infinite combo, so he's got a couple extra points of life to deal with. Wants to be able to feign Spell Pierce into Remand or Mana Leak, maybe Spell Snare instead of Spell Pierce, but he wants to be able to feign multiple different options here and multiple spells to counter his opponent. Rob's deck is the only one of the two that's capable of ending the game anywhere near in the near future. Jeremy will need to stabilize and keep the board at parity for a few turns, really ramp up his mana and take over the game that way, as we see Rob getting very aggressive
14.
early, pushing Jeremy to 14 by pointing the lightning bolt straight at the face. Do see obviously a Dispel there in Rob's hand, and Jeremy has an end step Restoration Angel. He's established some pressure himself. Now, Rob does allow that to resolve, and he takes 3 damage because of it. Jeremy has a Celestial Colonnade to add to his team as well. Both players are certainly still doing a good job of building towards their plans. Rob theoretically needs to continue to sculpt his hand and build the ideal combo starting point. He needs to have a spell or 2 to help him resolve the combo. That's where the Dispel comes in, and it's very possible that he plans to make an attempt at comboing out right now. No, in fact, it looks like we're going to see an aggressive play, and there's a large counter war here over what seems to me to be an inconsequential lightning bolt.
15-11.
All right, so the bolt lands on Jeremy, knocking him to 11. Rob must have a couple more burn spells in hand, maybe a Snapcaster Mage. That makes him think he's going to win this race. He was aggressive with the lightning bolt initially, and we Death's Big, a Tectonic Edge to take out the Celestial Colonnade. But a Path to Exile for Snapcaster Mage gets dispelled again. So again, Rob is playing it like a tempo strategy, is not playing this like a combo deck right now. Combust there from Jeremy, so a lot of big haymakers are being cast on what would, in most situations, be the inconsequential cards. The Snapcaster Mage, once it allows you to flash back a spell, isn't typically the focus. Rob has now dropped to 12. We'll see which of these players is able to take control of this kind of awkward race that we're facing. Neither player has the mana that they'd like to see. Both of them seem to have more lightning bolts than they know what to do with at the moment. And we'll see a Deceiver Exarch on Jeremy's upkeep, so he does not get the opportunity to draw a card. But it gets met with a remand there for Jeremy. Now gets to draw for his turn. And we see Rob now down to 9 life. Rob down to 6 life now. Jeremy can't bolt Snapcaster Bolt this turn, but Rob has to be aware of it. We're going to see another upkeep tap down, I believe. Jeremy's giving him the opportunity to do it. He put the card in his hand. He knows it's there. Rob does have another one in form of a Pestermite as well. He allows him to draw. And as they move to combat, we're going to see the Deceiver Exarch drop. It's important to note that if the Tectonic Edge blows up the steam vents, Rob will no longer be able to cast a Splinter Twin next turn. It certainly seems as though we are circling around the end of this game here. Jeremy now down to 8 life. All the burn spells we've seen go flying around, it would be crazy if this game ended on a Splinter Twin and a Deceiver Exarch, but we may be getting there. All Rob needs is the land and the time to play it. He may not have that, though. And that's the game for Jeremy. So congratulations to Jeremy Grazier. He has 2 buys now in Boston for the Modern Grand Prix.